Greetings and salutations to the bloodline. Greetings and salutations. I'm still getting myself together a little bit here because this is quite an important. This is a very important live. Um, I think. Well, I don't think. I know my people are confused when it comes to the situation about it's the situation about Psalms 83. Yes, our people are once again transposing themselves into situations that are not them. You are not Israel, you are Amaleks, and we're about to go diving into our Bibles. Greetings and salutations. I am Wisdom Faith. We're about to go diving into our Bibles. I'm trying not to make this too long because I really want our people to get a gist that you are not Israel, that Israel is a liar. The whole nation of Israel is a lie. That you are the Amalek, and with this Bible study, we're gonna try to delve as deep as we can. We got people coming into the building, so I'm gonna try to make it as loud or as um, as I can, so that we can keep it going. So there are a lot of Hebrew Israelites coming online, or even Christians coming online who believe under the assumption that Psalm 83 is them. But actually, it's not. Psalm 83 is about us because we are the Amalek, as I've said before. So let's go into Psalm 83. This is the Good News Bible, today's English version. So we're going to go to Psalms 83, 2. Look, your enemies are in revolt, and those who hate you are rebelling. They are making secret plans against your people. They are plotting against those you protect. Come, they say, let us destroy their nation, so that Israel will be forgotten forever. They agree on their plan and form an alliance against you. Okay, so this is from the Good News. Now, if you go into your Bible, it will name for you the 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, because in a minute I'm going to read the same verse out of my Bible. So you have Jacob, Reuben, Simon, Judah, Zebulun, Issachar, Dan, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Joseph, and Benjamin. Those are the 12 tribes of um, Abraham, I guess. So when they brought out the black Jesus, you were under assumption that you were Israel, but you're not, because Israel is still a false corporate entity. It had to force its way on the maps of the world. So that lets you know it's a false entity. It never existed. It's something that the Jews and the Israelites wrote into the timeline so that they could exist and get away with what they're doing. So we're going to go into the tent cities. So give me a second. I have to look this up real quick. Yep, because we have to make it clear who are in these tent cities. Yeah, because they're saying, and how is it people in tents making war against you? You see what I'm saying? So this is the Jews doing what they usually do, calling out, oh, we're being prosecuted. Look at them. They're coming for us. No, we're not. We're in tents. We're in tents. So when we go online and let me see, we're going to what I pushed in earlier, tent cities of the United States. Okay. So yeah, we about to get into it. This is what these people don't want you to know. And then we're going to go into it now. What you won't see is any of the 12 tribes in the tent city because these are the Hebrews and Jews that are making the tent city happen. Okay? Cool. Yeah, we about to break this down because y'all about to realize that you are the Amalek. You are not Israel. Israel is committing genocide against the realm. You never align yourself with genocidal entities. Once they take over a name that's really meant for us or something, let it go. Let it go. Or back, or they'll point in the past and say, oh, y'all said y'all was Israel. Y'all the ones that really did this, and we know they're not. Israel are these Ashkenazi Jews who are really Khazars. They're warmongers, and this is all they do. So you have to pay attention to the realm because you'll notice that there are tent cities in the Middle East and there are tent cities here in America. That's right. That's right. Pay attention. So we're going to go to present and share screen. Now, yeah. So this is a list. This is a list. You can go to Wikipedia or any other thing that you want to do. This is a list of 10 cities in the United States. Now, why do you think that there are so many tent cities? Anaheim, California, Anchorage, Alaska, Berkeley, California, Chico, California, Eugene, Oregon, um, Eureka, California, Fresno, California, and don't forget the tent cities in New York and Chicago, right? Las Vegas, Nevada, there's a tent city. Long Beach, California. Los Angeles, California. Tent cities. Tent cities all over our realm. Okay? Now, who is occupying the tent cities? Now, we're going to go a little deeper because I want y'all to be clear who is in these tents. Okay, Michigan, Traverse, Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan. Okay, so some of these they're going to try to say this is for hiking and trail like, but no, we're homeless all over the place, or we're shelterless all over the place. We're not homeless. So why is Tent City happening? Why is Tent City happening? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Because I could tell you why Tent City is happening. Um, the pandemic was the first part of Tent City. Then they also added on that they were not going to wage the wages. So if your wages don't go up with the rent, can you afford the rent? No, you cannot. It's impossible. And they'll say, pull up your bootstraps and work a little harder. That's two, three, four jobs. That is a debt society. And now they want to criminalize the people who are homeless or shelterless, I should say, because if you're on this planet, you have a home. This planet is a home, it is not just a planet. What you are is shelterless because you've been playing Monopoly with the beast, who is Israel. And Israel runs the what? The banks. Israel run the banks, right? So that means they run housing, they run they run the government, they run everything. So now Israel wants to cry out and say, look at what they're doing to us. They're plotting on us. And unfortunately, aka black people are under the misunderstanding that this is them and it's not. Because I'm going to break down why Israel and the Jews are that this is their false cry out and this is to their God. This has nothing to do with us. So let me go to Psalms. I'm going to go to Psalms in my book. I'm on Psalms 83 because I want you to keep understanding what's really going on. Okay. So this is Psalms 83 out of my Bible. See how your enemies are astir. Why does God have enemies? If he's a loving and kind God, why does he have enemies? How your foes rear their heads, with cunning they conspire against your people. They plot against those you cherish. Come, they say, let us destroy them as a nation. So right now, the only people that the Jews and this political entity that calls itself the United States government are like really like transgenders. Um, they want the people that they hold precious, which is their experimental chimera population, transgenders, the whatchamacallit babies, the in vitro fertilization babies. They want to give all of these Frankenstein entities protection. So that's what they mean. They plot against those you cherish because they make biased policy to protect these beings, to protect chimeras, to protect Frankenstein entities. Where's the protection for us? We're still getting SA, we're still getting, you see what I'm saying? So we have to be aware of the wordplay because this Bible has been messed with. And that's why I said I was going to do Bible study today because I wanted this falseness to be, let's get this out the way today. They let us destroy them as a nation, that the name of Israel be removed no more. I mean, that the name of Israel be remembered no more. And the truth is that we want to remember them because we want to remember the criminals who are committing these acts against our people on our rail. Remember the name of Israel. Remember the Jews because you want to be careful who you're dealing with in future times. With one mind, they plot together. They form an alliance against you. The tents of Edom and Ishmaelites, of Moab and Hagrites, Gabal, Ammon, and Amalek. You the Amalek. Now the Amalek ain't in the Middle East. We over here. If you ever saw my live, Amalek, oh yes, drunk with blood, Amalek. This their God has been warring with us from generation to generation. But now their time is up. So what they're trying to do in the Bible is act like all of a sudden we have an alliance with all these other peoples, Ammon, Gabal, Hagrites, Moab, Ishmaelites, Edom, and we don't. We're just all in the same position of them is that we have been using the services of the Jews of the Israelites, which is the banks, the education, the medical system, the religious system. You see, these are all services that are provided by the Israelites, right? Don't they own all these things? Right. So now they're going to say we're plotting, but all we've done is pitched our tents because of the usury of the banks owned by the Israelites, aka Jews. They've gotten us out of the so-called houses that they serviced us with. Yeah, we gonna go deep. This is why we've pitched our tents. The Amaleks are not an allies. We know we have no ally with any of these people. The only thing that is common among all of us is that we are all living in tents, that we are in tent cities, because the Israelites are doing what they have always done, which is use liens and measures to mortgage us out of our shelters, to mortgage us off of our lands. So now they'll say, with one mind they plot together. They form an alliance against you, the tents of Edom. No, the tents of Edom, Ishmaelites, Moab, Hagrites, Gabal, and Ammon are the previous immigrants that they moved over here. Yeah. See, it's a whole lot of contracts that's over. We don't have an alliance or a treaty with any of these other people who are in these tent cities. What it is that we are all in the same condition. We are all in the same position because Israel is showing its ass to us. Now, not only do you have tent cities here in on this continent of America, where are the other tent cities? Who else is Israel invading? Palestine. So aren't they living in tents over there? Mm, mm, I want y'all to pay attention. I want you to pay attention. This is real Bible study. So they have us down here as the Amalek, but none of these people, Moab, Edom, Ishmaelites, Gabal, Ammon. Let me tell you who is described as ancient. We are ancient peoples. So when they try to lump us in and say, "Oh, the Amalek," this is why we are stay at war with them because they keep us in their mouth and they keep lying on us. They always want to say we doing something to them and we ain't. Okay, so I'm looking for my verse from the Bible. Give me a second. Yeah, see, this is the thing. When I say we doing Bible study, we really got to do Bible study. Okay, I'm going to go to page 211 of my Bible. 211, because this is how you know they're lying about the Amalek, and that's how you know we ain't Israel. That's why you have to read with understanding. So 211, we're going to First Samuel 27:8. So in First Samuel 27:8, now David and his men went up and raided the Geshurites, the Gizrites, and the Amalek, who were from ancient times. Who from ancient times? The Amalek. I did a very powerful presentation last year called Drunk with Blood, the Amalek. They're trying to get you to take you out of your natural state. You are the Amalek. We are officially in tense. The time of tribulation is here. We've been in tribulation since 2017. Right after the eclipse, what happened? The pandemic hit. How many years was that? And now they're putting the Supreme Court is about to put in motion so that they can fill up their um, prison industrial system with our people, the Almalek. They're going to criminalize shelterlessness. Like if you don't have a shelter, you should go to jail. And this is why I say the people who vote, the people who look like us, who vote in this system, they are dangerous to us. Because if you are not aware that your vote is doing this to the rest of the realm, you have more than cognitive dissonance. And when we separate, we don't want you with us, because you have to be aware that you're voting for the beast. Your vote says you honor your contract with the beast, and you have accepted the beast as your Lord and Savior. Yeah, let's get deep into it. So, like I said, the Amalek, First Samuel, now David, which was a war colony because he had men, but this is the name of the corporate entity. It was called David, and David is a warrior colony. That's all they know how to do. They're the mercenaries that you pay to go kill people. David was a mercenary. So wherever David attacked in an area, he did not leave man or woman alive, but took sheep, cattle, donkeys, camels, and clothes. Then he returned to Achish. But trust and believe, it's going to tell you in First Samuel that the Amalek are what? From ancient times. That means before this Bible was even written. That means more than half of the knowledge that this Bible was written off of came from our people. Bible Study 101. Y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Yes, yes. And cash at me, because I ain't playing. Today is the day. I'm tired of these Israelites coming up here trying to act like y'all misleading the people. So I'm going to go in word for word. Amalek's are ancient people. Israelites is not. If it is, where's Israel? It don't exist. It never freaking existed. Jews don't exist. They are usurpers. Jews is an anagram for Jewel. We are the Jews of the night. We are the Jews of this realm. So when they talk about tent city, they are talking about Israel. This is Israel calling out to their God, because what do? They kick you, they stone you, they lie to you, they give false testimony against you. And this is them giving false testimony against the Amaleks that we are plotting with these other people. Y'all hit me up, because I ain't playing. Hit that Cash App, Salima Ellis. I am the divine teacher. They're lying to you. You are not Israelis. You are the Amalek. And if you claim Israelis, you're going to get the Jesus contract. And we all know how deep they going to drown the niggas in that sea, that contract. Don't do that to yourselves. We are the Amalek. We are not Israelis. The Israelis are already using Psalms 83 to to bear false witness against our people. Don't do that. We are in the tents. We are tent city because we have nothing. They have used us and abused us so much. We no longer have hard structures. We're in tents. And then they say in uh Psalms 83, we plotting against them. How a nigga in a tent plotting against somebody with a whole military, with a whole educational system? Y'all got everything. Y'all have a military system. You have the banks. You have everything. But y'all worried about the people y'all forcing in the fucking tents? Y'all worried about the people you forcing in the tents? Oh, yeah, we really plot. Oh, yes, this is a great plot. Plot right into a fucking tent. So pay attention, Amaleks. You are the ancient people of this realm. Israel is over here. See, they want you to focus on Palestine. They want you to focus on that narrative. But guess what? Palestine got it coming too, and I'll tell you why. Because they did it to the indigenous people. What was the Go back to 1900s, the early 1900s. Look at the photos of the original Israel people, the original Hebrews. They looked it like us. The Palestinians, those Arab, they don't even have. They did what Israel is doing to them now, to the original Hebrews of that land. So pay attention. You know I'm not going to get up here in front. We are tent city. It says so in your Bible. First Samuel. Go back to Psalms 83. It's going to say, oh, these Jews and the Israelites, they're going to cry out, oh, they plotting against us. How a nation intense plotting against the one of the wealthiest military armed forces in the world. So be careful of the language of this Bible. Be careful. They just want control of the open air penal colonies. And now they're going to reinstitute the Jim Crow. They already reinstituted the Jim Crow in Mississippi. And now the Supreme Court, who was mostly what they're going to do, they're going to take you straight in the debtors and say, you're right, it is illegal to be homeless. Let's lock them all up. Let's fill up these prisons like we promised these private people, these private prisons, that they could have all these black folks in these cities. Mm. So yeah, First Samuel's the Amalek. So what they said in Psalms, trying to make it seem like we doing something to Israel. This is why that video was so disturbing when Israel said the most dangerous thing to them is the young black people, aka the indigenous people on TikTok. This is why they was trying to get rid of TikTok, because y'all was coming out with the truth, and the U.S. couldn't fact check. See, that's all they want TikTok for. They want to get their hands on TikTok because they can't force fact checking on that app like they do on Facebook and YouTube, because they know they Cora, because the fact checkers are Cora, and Cora, they all come from or work for Google. Yes. Yes. Yep. So let's go back to Psalm 83. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be clear to y'all what's really going on. Psalm 83 is not y'all. Y'all are not his Israelites. You are not Jews. You are more precious than that. These people are lying on you, and they're always trying to switch places with the Jews. These people always try. The Jews always want to switch places with the Jewels. You are Jewels, and they're going to use Psalm 83 to try to switch places with you. But be careful, because you are a part of Psalm 83, but they're going to say that we are making war against them. How people intense making war against one of the biggest military forces on this planet, in this realm? People intense making war against the biggest military force in the realm? Hmm. So let's go back to Psalm 83, where they say, Psalm 83 3. With cunning they conspire against your people. They plot against those you cherish. Come, they say, let us destroy them. Now, who have the Jews been cherishing under their political and biased policies? Not us. They let the Asians came in with them, and they got rid of affirmative action. And why did they get rid of affirmative action? It's a website. If you go on, let me see. If you go on, it's a website that will confirm why they help get rid of affirmative action, because even the Asians can't um, compete against us academically. That's why they came up with all these racist terms, DEI, and they're going to try to make it seem like the blacks needed EDI under affirmative action. So there is a website you can go to and use. Hmm, let me see if this. I'm not going to really pull it up. Well, maybe I can go into my. Let me see. It's a website that you can go into, and What is going on? Zoom, 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 zoom. So there's a study of you can go into for Harvard, Stanford, for the colleges to see how many foreign exchange students were expelled from the United States colleges. So the same group of people, Asians, that helped get rid of affirmative actions for blacks in our schools, guess what? They are the ones who are being expelled the most from higher education, universities, and colleges because they cannot compete with us. So when I say let that go, let them have those universities and colleges, I meant that. I really, really meant that. Let them have it. So, yep, you can go to a website and it'll show you what else. So, they're going to use a belligerent force called the Supreme Court to take us further into debt, for being homeless. And under the Supreme Court, they're going to use belligerence. Please, you look up belligerence in your dictionary. But yes, yeah. Y'all start looking it up. First Samuel, ancient, the Amaleks. That'll show you who the Amaleks are because they're going to, like I said, they're going to try to trick you in believing the Amaleks are doing something to the Jewish states or to the Jews or the Israelites, and they're not. We are the ancient people of this realm, flat out, period. And we intense because we have went into bad contracts with Jews where they use usury, and now we're in debt. We're in debt to the point where we're intense, and now they want to scream out in the Bible that with one mind we plot together. No, all we did was plot down tents because now we're out of our shelters, which are still within our realm. They form an allegiance against you, the tents of Edom and Ishmaelites, of Moab and Hagrites, Jabal and Ammon and Amalek. So you see how they said Amalek last? Philistia with the people of Tyre, even Assyria, to join them to lend strength to the descendants of Lot. The Amalek, we the most ancient people on these lands. Get that straight. You just heard it out the Bible, out the horse's mouth. And they hate us more than everybody, so that's not true. So like I said, go back. You can go to the list of tents, go to any article, go to New York, go to Chicago. It's tent cities all over the world. You Google the tent city of Palestine. The tents are in all over the world because the Jews have used usury, debt, debt structure, society, civilization against the peoples of the world to take us into debt. And now they're going to use the Supreme Courts to criminalize the Amalek for being shelterless on their own realm, which is why I said y'all have to come out of contracts with these people. Okay, so I can't stay on too long. Like I said, peace and love. Hit that like and share button. I know I gave you a lot to swallow, but y'all need to know the truth. These people are lying to you. I'm really not finished with this one, but I'm gonna let it go for now because there's a lot going on here, and I wanted you to have an honest Bible study. And like I said, um, we're gonna go deeper into that heaven thing because they lying to you about heaven too. So peace and love, my people. Like I said, we are the Amalek, and we are intense. We are not plotting against Israel or the Jews. They are always plotting against us. Pay attention to the news. Tent city. Who in the tent? Who in a tent is hurting them people? And y'all own the bank, you own the military. So Israel love to throw rocks at people and then cry out that they in trouble. You right, you in trouble because now the realm is backing up off of you because they see what you about. They see what you're doing to the rest of the realm. They see what you're doing to the Palestinians. They see what you're doing to the people over here. Y'all everywhere being the colonizers that you are, and that's why this stuff is falling apart. So, like I said, I'll be back later on. I'm still in the middle of some things. Peace and love to everybody. I hope this was very informative. Like I said, hit that like and share button. Cash at me, Salima Ellis. I know this was powerful because you need your eyes open. Nobody's going to teach you Bible study this way. They're going to keep lying to you and taking you down a rabbit hole. So, like I said, y'all have a good one. And I'll probably see you this evening about 7:30, 8 o'clock because I want to take it deeper. Peace and love.